You never think, or at least don't truly understand, the thought about yourself dying until it actually comes to it. I have had thoughts about death before, suicidal and also intentional, to scare myself, to create fear inside myself. But on the 23rd of September, the beginning of this week, I shook hands with death. He whispered in my ear, he said, "Hey sexy, wanna come back to mine?" But in all honesty, I am thankful that I'm here today. Lucky that nothing happened. Let's get into the story. I was on my way home from my girlfriend's. We had a great time together. From a really big conversation that brought us closer together. I was an hour into my drive, and as I approached this corner, going around this bend, my car cuts off and then switches back on. It was the first sign that something was up. I carried on, but slower this time. And eventually it came to the point where it happened again, but my car didn't come straight back on. I turned the key and it started again. I was 15 minutes away from home. All I wanted to do was get closer so it would make things easier. I eventually get to the point where the engine is only running now on its own and it's not charging the battery up. That's all the charge that I've got left. And once that battery had run out, everything's going to cut off. And that's exactly what happened. I stopped. I came to a stop. I had to pull over on the side. I had orange lights, yellow lights, red lights, and I was only 10 minutes away from my house. But the time that death kisses my bottom is coming up. I sit and wait. I call people. I call friends, family, see who can come and get me, see who can come and collect me. And eventually, my dad tells me that he's coming with a friend to come and tow me. This friend appears, but there's no sign of my dad. He tells me that I'm going to have to be towed and I'm going to have to be in control of the car. I've never been towed before, and there was all thoughts going through my mind. I got very anxious. The only thing I had for safety was my handbrake. There was no power steering, so the steering was really tough. And all of this was running through my mind, thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? I get in the car, I put the seatbelt on. I take the handbrake down and he starts towing me. But what happens in that very moment is my steering locks up. Because of all these thoughts going through my mind, I forgot the most important thing. I forgot to put the key in the car. I didn't turn it and my steering locks up. I freeze because I see in my right hand mirror that there's a wagon in the next lane and I'm going towards that lane. I'm basically in that lane. I stop, I press everything, I pull the handbrake, I pull the brakes on, and I've stopped dead in the middle. I can see this wagon approaching closer and closer until it comes to a stop and then slowly goes past me. It misses me by this much. A 20-ton wagon could have been right in the side of me and I could have been gone. All that was going through my mind in that moment was, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. If anything went wrong in that moment, I was gone. There was a wagon that was straight into the side of me and I was crushed. And yes, it was my fault for not putting in the key, but it was also my friend's fault. Taking things slowly, rushing things, not telling me what to do. I've never been in this situation before. It was very new to me. And it almost cost me my life. Both of us need to take blame for this situation. But there's a lot to learn from this situation. Don't rush things because you're most likely going to make more mistakes. Take control of your own life, because I almost lost my life because I put my life in someone else's hands. Be grateful for every moment and feeling that you have. Seize every moment that you have. Talk to that girl. Say the thing that you wanted to say. Do the thing that you wanted to do. Be thankful for the people around you, because that might just be them in that situation. Stop wasting time on things that aren't making you feel good, that are holding you back. Love you, boys.